fix-it man. I don't need any helping hand. I'm a jack of all trades when I'm working in the shade. I'm a shade tree fix-it man.
Hello, anybody here?
Oh yeah, I'm up here. I'll be right down. Hey, hi, I'm Dennis, and I recently installed the Power Pro upgrade kit on my 55-year-old ShopSmith. Man, that motor is something else. It turned this wheezing old pussycat into a roaring tiger. Ripped through 2x4s, they'll hardly even know it's there. Turned a piece of wood, and even in the rough spots it didn't slow down, didn't phase it a bit. Put this baby up into the drill press mode, you can put an 1.5 inch Forstner through a piece of oak, and just like the pros. You can even route, but this baby at 10,000 RPM, when you route, you route. Like I said, it's sweet. Now the thing is, when you want to go to drill press mode, you got to lift it up there. Now, the first time you older folks try this, you might find it a little heavy. I remember the first time I tried it, I was a little surprised. Alright, let's see how this thing's going to work now. Figure out where we want it for the drill press mode. And just lift her up. I didn't release it. No, it isn't released. Oh, that's a surprise. My gosh. Let's see what this is going to take. All right, now. You're not going to beat me? I got this. All I need to do is shift all the weight down towards the pivot. Then it'll lift easily, I'm sure. Oh, that's nice. All right, that was easy. No problem. Oh, nuts. It's too low. I can't use it this low. I'll just slide her up a little bit. I didn't see that coming. Well, I guess I gotta figure some way to get under it, lift it with my legs. Let's see. Well, as soon as I found out how heavy this new head was, I figured the old timers out there might be hurting your backs, and maybe I ought to do something about it.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah?
What do you mean hurting their backs? What about yours?
Well, I'm just thinking about those old folks. They're getting along in years, and maybe the weight's a little too much for them.
Remember last week? You hurt your back just lifting your coffee cup to your big mouth.
What about it? That was just from an old football injury.
You mean that was just from being old? Shoot, you're older than everybody that's going to see this. All three of them.
Oh, please. You trying to say I'm over the hill?
I'm just saying you need to shoot straight with these folks. Remember when you first hoisted up this new ShopSmith head? Your back went crazy and you couldn't walk straight up for a week.
Well, you wouldn't tell, would you?
Darn straight I will.
Oh, all right then. I'll do it your way. Now, get out of here, okay? Wow, I can't get away with anything, can I? And it's all true. It's my back I got to worry about. And I got to figure some way I can sling this ShopSmith up and down and not ruin my back. So I am going to think about it, but not tonight. It's been a long day, and I'm going to sleep on it. How are we going to fix that problem? How are we going to fix that problem? Let's see. What kind of things can we use to lift heavy objects? Pulleys? Pulleys work? They can be a little complicated though, I don't know. Levers. Yeah, levers aren't too hard. Maybe something like that. How can I lever up that machine? What could I find around the house that could lift up stuff with? Must be something. What about jacks? That's what they're for. Got a jack in the back of the car. Yeah. Think about that. That's right. I got a jack in the car. Shucks, I want to try that out. Brought in the old jack out of the car, set her on the table on a piece of wood to protect it. Crank that jack up to the head, stick a lift pad in there to protect the head from getting cracked. Rest the head on that lift pad and see if I can crank her up and down. All right then, the idea seems to work out okay, so might as well make a tool out of it. First thing, we mount a wood base to the jack. I used recessed T-nuts to prevent scratching the table. Next, we need to have a lift pad to push up against the headstock without damaging it. I figured the steel jack pressing against the headstock in one point on the casting seam was asking for trouble. So here's what I did. Took a piece of 2x4 stud, drilled the wood and the jack head for a 1/4-20 bolt, and mounted it. Got to keep that bolt as short as possible because, as you see, it will limit the low position of the jack. On top of the lift pad, I sawed some rubber material in a wedge shape to kind of conform to the shape of the headstock. I mount those, leaving a space to clear the casting seam of the headstock. I figured this would distribute the force against the casting something like a pair of hands, and that'd be safe enough. On the bottom of the lift pad, I cut a slot to fit the jack head so the pad won't spin out of position. There you go. Big thumbs up. That ought to do it. But not so fast. Every self-respecting cheapskate has also got to be lazy, and I'm no exception. Now, we left this tool with having to crank it by hand, and that's too much work. And we're going to have to do something about that, right? What we need is a hook that'll fit the jack. We take a standard eye bolt, and then we're going to whack a hunk out of the eye. Smooth up the edges. We don't want to get snagged on the burrs. And we got ourselves a hook that we can stick in our cordless drill. Stick it in, set the drill to low speed, because it's smoother that way, and shazam! We got ourselves a Cheapskates, Lazy Man's, motor-driven ShopSmith lift assist tool. Oh, dang me. After I get this jack thing put together, it occurs to me, the lever idea may not be so bad. I got some 3/4 conduit in the garage, and I can stick it right up the way and use that as a long handle. Doggone, why didn't I think of that earlier? Let's see how that works. Right, so the idea is to whack off the length of this conduit pipe, about the same length as the way, mark it about 1 foot back, and then I'll stick it in the way, and it'll be long enough so that I can get to it when I lift it up. Now the plan is, I'll pull it out to the 1 foot mark, lift her up, and walk it up, and it should be much lighter because of the length of the handle, and then take it back down, being pretty much the same idea. And pipe is right there, ready to pull out to the 1 foot mark and walk her back down. And that should be it. We're done. Lifting up the way to put the pipe in is not a problem because it's a straight lift. It turns out, upon further analysis, that the 3/4 inch conduit was not really substantial enough for this application. Well, I tried some iron pipe and that was way too heavy and was clumsy, so I settled on the 1 inch conduit pipe and wiped off a hunk, ground down the burrs. I want to make sure we don't hurt our fingers. Filed it down a little bit. Put the marks on it so we can tell where it is in the way. Stick it in. And you can see that it's a good fit, goes right to the end. So we'll try it out. Move the headstock up to the far end here. Pull it out to the mark. See if that's the 1 foot mark, the one nearest. And lift her up, not much bend at all. And there you go. Walk it up, no strain, no pain. Drop in the pipe, stand her up. And there you go. And taking it back down is the same thing, of course. Lift the pipe out. With the iron pipe, this was pretty heavy to do, but with this pipe, it's easy. Pull it out to the 1 foot mark again. Walk it down. And set her in place. Ready to go. Shove the pipe in, let her down. We're done. Man, I got 2 brainstorms today. If I must say so myself, that's pretty good, wouldn't you say?
Hey, genius, for a couple of $100 you could have got the real ShopSmith lift assist. Check it out.
Folks, when you want to go up to the drill press mode, simply unlock the head rest lock, and with the lift assist in place, it's really just a matter of no effort whatsoever. Just swing it all out up and you're good to go. Lock it down. So much better.
Yeah, I know, but like you said, $200. You've been paying attention? This is about being a cheapskate. I did it without spending hardly any money, but
much more than this. I did it my way.
I'm out of here.
Well, I'm a shade tree fix-it man. I don't need any helping hand. I'm a jack of all trades when I'm working in the shade.
I hope my family and friends don't disown me because of this.
I'm a shade tree fix-it man.